We will tell our children how we stood when the clouds turned black, before the light returned to our world.
Shakes. The water is rising in the lakes. The clouds they gather the winds tonight. I can feel it in the air. It's coming all right. Feel the thunder. About to start, keeping you informed at every update, so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air. Flash across the screen, nature's power and all it's seen. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air. The sky rumbles, the earth it shakes. The water's rising in the lakes. The clouds they gather the winds tonight. I can feel it in the air, it's coming all right. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air. But don't forget to like and share. Say hello to David and Mark. Get ready, the show's about to start. Keeping you informed at every update, so you can stay safe and feeling great. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side. Rain and hail as it pierces the air. But don't forget to like and share. Storm warnings flash across the screen. Nature's power and all it's seen. Updates flowing through the feed, bringing you the news you need. Feel the thunder, but don't fear the night. Weather and wisdom is by your side.
Hey, Mark.
Hey Dave, how you doing?
Well, it's a surprise.
Yeah, sorta.
Yeah.
We have been, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 8 p.m. down on the Tennessee side of the border. The only severe thunderstorm down that way right now is down south of Nashville. All of those are down south of our coverage area. Around our area, we in the southwest corner of Christian County here, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for gusts up to 60. That's radar indicated, and right now the main part of the storm is between Oak Grove and Herndon.
Okay. So it's a pretty nasty storm. It's got some heavy rain in it. I'm seeing folks saying that uh, everyone currently leaving Clarksville via I-24, heavy to moderate rain. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
going to Clarksville, it's going to get pretty nasty. Uh, so what do you think is going to continue? If you look at those other ones developing now just around Clarksville, it's not over
Yeah.
with.
No, we could continue. They could continue to pulse up. The main threat from these is not that they're this big bad severe storm that's going to be ripping and roaring across the countryside. These are moving very slow, and the main threat for them is as they start to collapse, having a microburst,
Okay.
and that just
Um,
means that when the storm starts to weaken, all the moisture and air that it's pushed up to the top of the storm has gotten cold and heavy,
right.
and as the updraft weakens, it just drops out, and those can cause quite a bit of damage too. Those can cause some high wind gusts, almost as bad as a low end tornado.
Yes, they can. And that right there, really, they could do a little bit more damage than tornado because of the length of time or length of the area. And now we just now have Clarksville just went under a severe thunderstorm watch as those storms down here just to the
Right.
southwest. As you see, I'm putting it into motion. They are building up as they move forward, moving up. They're going to move up over us. So we're going to be looking at a training situation, it looks like. So here we go.
Yeah.
There's the new warning that's coming out for the Clarksville area. All spotters and intercept teams, go ahead and be activated. We are now alert level red uh, for these storms that are coming in. Right now, there's nothing tornadic, which is a good thing. So just want everyone to stay aware of that. Uh, Buffy Wade, hello, David Mark. Thank you for keeping everyone safe and have a safe 4th of July. Appreciate you both. Um,
Yeah. That Clarksville warning is until 5:15 p.m. And it says at 4:24, a severe thunderstorm was located near Coopertown, or 11 miles north of Ashland City, moving northwest at 20 miles an hour. These have only been moving, between 10 and 20 miles an hour. They're not getting anywhere really, really fast.
Well, that's true, which is what means we're going to get some pretty hefty rains, it looks like. Okay, Andrea Cook
Mhm.
says the power's out at Herndon and the tree fell in the neighbor's yard. So we got a tree down. Probably need to get that to the Weather Service.
Yeah, I think
That
I
would be in
will.
the Herndon area. Um, we're going to continue to watch these develop. This is a result of the heat that we've had. They've just actually built up. Heather Gibbs, anything bad for Hopkinsville? Well, it's storming pretty good. We will see. Okay, Mama Bear 3, I'm in Jolton, Tennessee. This is the radar. And you can see Nashville's getting some storms as well. Pretty good storm, but they're not moving much. I'm going to look at this camera here in Clarksville. You can see this is on the back side of the storm that's coming up over Hopkinsville. This is one of them. 92 degrees. Let me see if I've got a camera here locally. Wonder if the elevator camera is up. It is not up yet. Doggone. Here's Lakeside. Lakeside's also in the process of having a storm come over, it looks like. Or that's probably looking back at the storms that are building up that way.
Yeah, that's going to be the anvil top off those storms. You have to remember, these storms are moving in an unusual direction. They're not coming from the west or from the northwest. They are moving northwest. West-northwest anyway. Okay, I think they have dropped the warning for Christian County. The one in Clarksville is still on.
Okay, so they're still in a special weather statement.
Yeah, and that's probably, I think that's for gusts of 40, if I remember seeing right.
50 now, up to 50.
Up to 50 now, okay.
Yeah.
So just below the severe criteria.
Yep. Excuse me just a second.
And again, the one in Clarksville is moving northwest at, that's picked up a little speed, about 25 to almost 30 miles an hour. But most of the rest of the storms around are moving a lot slower, moving about 15 to 20. So again, if you're looking on the radar, you're going to be looking at these. They're going to be coming at you from an unusual direction. They're going to be coming at you opposite of what you usually see.
Yeah, Phoenix Fire says stuck in traffic on I-24 headed back from Clarksville to Hopkinsville. Currently moderate to heavy rain.
I think everybody's stuck in traffic on I-24 if they get on it with the construction going on.
Oh, man. Well, these allergies are just getting me crazy here.
Yeah, the storm down in south of Clarksville that's headed up their way very slowly, there could be some small hail in that. The hail marker on it's 1.76, so you might get some nickel-size hail. But that may be indicating a growth in strength, so be aware you could get some hail with that storm. Right now, there's nothing immediately upstream or around Madisonville, although the storm could develop in that area. There's a few little stray showers up that way. You gotta remember, these are moving slow enough that they'll probably hit pretty well what they develop over, and then they'll start to probably drop back out again.
I issue a new special weather statement now up here for this other storms that are just to the south of, well, actually, they're going over into Cadiz now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it says. Wind gust to 50. Gusty winds can knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. So this is still tracking to the northwest. And it is radar indicated. This is, I would imagine, I think they may issue another severe thunderstorm warning up here somewhere pretty soon.
Could, but you can see how they're kind of blowing up real quick, expanding, and then they just start to slowly weaken out.
Right.
But that weakening out phase is where we have to be very careful with them.
Also, we have a pretty good thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm just east of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, south of Nashville. Franklin is also in that severe thunderstorm warning. This is Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah, it is raining in Cadiz right now.
This outlined area, Mark, explain what that is.
Which outlined area?
I'm talking about the highlighted area of yellow.
Okay. Well, the highlighted area of yellow over there, that's a severe thunderstorm watch. And of course, the warnings, the severe thunderstorm warnings are outlined in a different shade of yellow. There is not a high risk of tornadoes. It's very low right now. That's not even included in what they expect. Smart Peach. Mama Bear, I'm glad we could help.
Yeah, the storms.
Sabrina, Nicole McCulley. Yeah, again, the tornado threat is very low with this, and the hail threat is there, but it's not super high. I mean, we could get some quarter-size hail, 1-inch hail out of one of these. They are producing some hail, looks like, but as far as anything like tornadic, no. And the winds themselves will be very, it's not going to be like every storm is going to drop severe winds. It's going to be very hit or miss. So you may see a lot of warnings without a lot of actual wind damage. And I see that National Weather Service has listed the report we put out about the tree down and power out in Herndon.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea Cook, for that report.
Yeah.
We had hail that's smaller than marble size. Can you use a coin to describe it? Would it be nickel or would it be penny? Any size?
Yeah.
Do we expect more widespread rain for tomorrow or Saturday?
Yeah, we're looking for tomorrow about a 20% chance of afternoon and evening thunder showers. We'll still be under a marginal risk tomorrow too, as well, for the about the same type of thing as we're seeing today, but probably not as widespread. And then for the 4th of July, we've got about a 40% chance for thunderstorms in the afternoon. And then we start getting chances of showers and thunderstorms pretty well through the rest of the forecast period in the next week.
And then
we will slowly backing off these mid-90 highs to near 90. So we'll be looking at probably the upper 80s in a lot of areas by tomorrow or by next week.
So, Stephen Sumner, hope that answers your question. And we still looking at the cool down after the 10th mark? Are they still showing it?
I haven't looked close, but all the models have kept showing it. I think they're still showing it. Today I was just concerned about what these storms were going to do this afternoon.
Again, we have a pretty good storm there around Oak Grove. Let me see here. Actually, this will be over on the Fort Campbell Army Airfield. Pretty heavy rain and storm. And this one just to the west of Oak Grove. Is looking pretty hefty too. Just west of Barker's Mill Road, approaching St. Elmo. Caitlin Hensley says they're without power in Herndon, yet we have already reported that to the Weather Service. You might report that to Penryle Rural Electric as well. Ashley Willett's looking kind of wild in Oak Grove right now. Well, I can see why.
Yeah.
I'll go back to this.
Yeah, it's still showing by the 13th. Our temperature is dropping down into the upper 70s to around 80, if not right there, depending on exactly where you're at and exactly how fast the system comes in.
Here's a storm now starting to encompass Clarksville. Okay, pea-sized hail in Oak Grove now.
Okay.
Okay, and Andrea Cook is reporting dime-sized in Herndon. And they are getting hail in Clarksville on this camera here. Hey everybody, hang on here. We're right on top of these storms. You can see it storming in Clarksville. It has diminished a little bit in strength in Hopkinsville itself. And a lot of you saying, yeah, we're glad this is coming. It's so hot outside. These are serving to cool the area off a little bit. Thank goodness.
Yeah, the latest temperature in Hopkinsville right there is under the storms is showing at 81.
Woohoo, we good. We got some cooler air in here right at the moment.
Yeah, 78 in Trigg County. These are the Mesonet site readings.
Okay. Well, these storms back here to the southwest have really buckled up, as well as in Nashville. Something in Nashville's kind of keeping them away. Look at that. Watch this radar.
Yeah, I see that. They're kind of going, nope, we're going this way.
That's weird.
But that is the general wind flow. We're on the center of the high pressure that's over us is to our north. So the flow around them is what's bringing the steering winds in from the east. So general storm motion is going to be from the east to the south, from the east or southeast, moving not super fast, like we said, 10, 20 miles an hour.
I'm seeing a little bit more trying to develop up here to the north, up between Massaville and Calhoun.
Not having a lot of luck.
No, it's struggling up there. It's also struggling to get up north towards Princeton. It's just it's like there's a block there.
Well, it's also the other trigger for these isn't just the heat and the humidity over top of us. There are very, as they call them, subtle troughs or subtle perturbations in the wind flow at the mid-levels. It's like a little spark of energy going through. They're small, they're subtle, they're hard to pick out, they're hard to forecast, but they do kick off thunderstorms like this in the afternoons.
Okay, so Renee Fort says heavy rain, 68-80 east, about a mile past the bypass from Hopkinsville. And I can sure verify that if you look at the radar here.
Mm-hmm.
There it is, right over that area, right There. And it's not as heavy as it's going to get. Anna George says, watching the steam come off the road, can't imagine walking barefoot on it. I would imagine that's correct. So we're going to continue watching. These back here in Clarksville are concerning to me. They're pretty doggone strong.
Yeah.
Look, the purple in there.
Yeah, I know.
Their continued build, I still think they may expand another severe thunderstorm warning over Southern Christian at least.
They could. Well, what I'm seeing over, the over Oak Grove area, there's a pretty strong cell, and that does have a little bit of hail in it. And then down just to the east of southeast of St. Bethlehem.
Okay, there's a new thunderstorm warning. This is out for east of Clarksville. I guess that would be this this big cell. What happened to it there, though?
Don't you mean west of Clarksville?
I meant west of Clarksville because these storms move in the wrong direction anyway. But yeah, west of Clarksville.
Yeah, there's a pretty strong hail marker over that way too.
And there's the warning coming out now. Let's see. Do I have any other cameras close? Look at this Clarksville. Yeah, the hail's coming up pretty good on that.
Yeah. It's still to the east of all the cams that are over at the LBL area.
Yeah. And I can only look up to the north, northwest of Clarksville with this camera here. Temperatures dropped to 83 degrees there. Boy, back here along I-24, it looks absolutely terrible. Lots of lightning. That storm is pretty intense.
That's a very, very heavy cell too.
It is.
And that's what we're worried about. Like we say, we're worried about microbursts. That heaviest cell, when that's heavy rain starts coming down, the thunderstorm is starting to collapse a little bit. And when it starts to do that, that's when you have a real danger of microburst winds.
Pull way out to see if we can see the general area. Let me change to my radar multi-site.
Not seeing any severe winds in it right at this time, but does bear watching. Yeah. That warning, it says at 4:43, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southwest of Clarksville and is nearly stationary.
Let's go look at that a little closer. Let me get my radar back on here. Well, it has been over that same area for a while.
Yeah. It's west of New Providence. It's east of Oakwood. And it's kind of a circular cell, which means it's not going to want to go anywhere too fast. It does have a hail marker in it for up to 1.5 inches, so they'll probably be getting some hail under it.
Yeah, it just exploded and kind of staying over the area there. Stephen Kirby says, what about Princeton? Linda Saxton says she's barely hearing us. Is anyone else having that trouble? Let me look at Princeton. If you look at this up here in Princeton, here's Princeton. Look at these things, how they try to get up that way, but they just diminish. So you're being protected a little bit right now. There's Tessa Terry saying hello, everyone. Eric Brake says audio's good. Tannis Williams says good. Kentucky Girl says she's not having any trouble. So Linda must be on your end there somewhere.
Yeah.
Have they expanded another? What have they done over here? Might have something here on the Springfield camera. Let me see if I can get anything there. Well, we got to look at the
The outage
bases.
tracker says that there are 792 customers without power in Christian County. So,
Okay. So those in South Christian who are out of power, hopefully you're able to hear us or by your cell phone or something. Jason Hilsley, hey David Mark, are these storms moving eastward or are they pretty much isolated and staying put? They're moving northwestward. Kind of an unusual track.
yeah, when they do move.
Yeah, when they do move, that's the general movement. That's the Terry. The warnings now are down right up to the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
And that seems to follow the pattern of what we are seeing on the radar and stuff. They get up north of the Tennessee border and they start to weaken out a little bit.
Okay, Linda.
Or they just rain themselves out.
Glad to hear that. Linda said she had to go out and come back in, and she hears fine.
Good.
But you know, we're not the only. Look at this up here around Hopkinsville. It's diminishing. It will not let it go much further. I wish it'd go just a little bit further north so my place could get some rain. I guess it got a little bit, but not much.
Really?
Stephanie Campton, will this touch Russellville? Not at this time. It doesn't look like it will. This is more of a localized type thing where they just popped up some type of little disturbance in there that created them. And it didn't take much. Okay, we got hail in Fredonia, Tennessee, near Highway 12. What size hail? Is it penny, nickel, dime? What size, Chris? I'm not sure where Fredonia, Tennessee is. It's got to be somewhere down in these areas here.
And again, these storms are not moving real fast. The fastest I've seen one there is reporting at 25 knots, which is about 30 miles an hour. That was the one storm, and I think they may have gotten a little bit of a misread on its actual speed, because most of the other storms around have only been moving between 15 and 20 miles an hour, if they're moving at all.
Okay, he's also saying really strong wind. Okay, he says nickel size hail. I guess that would have to be reported to, well, probably the Nashville.
I'll tell Slack and they can tell Nashville.
Okay. Okay, he's also reporting lots of limbs down. Chris, where is Fredonia, Tennessee, if you don't mind me asking? I need to kind of pinpoint you. I know you're probably in this area where the heavy stuff is. Okay, I found you. Never mind, I found you. He is almost due south. Well, he's actually southeast of Clarksville. Thank you for that report, Chris. We're getting that information to the National Weather Service. Okay, Phoenix Fire. We have flooding on I-24 as you exit construction area just before exit 86. That would be Paducah also.
What kind of flooding?
Yeah, what kind of flooding, Phoenix? Do you have, is it are the banks full or what do you got there? Kind of describe it to us. Thank you, Grub Johnson.
And that new warning coming out.
Yeah, it gets into Christian County again, I think. Or is it? Okay, this is for part of Todd County, southwestern Todd, and southeastern Christian. It includes Guthrie, Haydensville, Anderson, Pincham, Hammocksville, and Trenton is just barely out of it.
Yeah, they actually don't include Christian.
Okay, it's all, yeah, okay, I see the border now. Yeah, so it's all for southwestern Todd County.
Yeah, and that's until 5:30 p.m. At 4:51, a severe thunderstorm was located over Guthrie, or 10 miles northeast of Clarksville, moving west at 10 miles an hour. Hazards are 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, radar indicated.
Yeah, Jason, we confirmed that. We've got that warning. Brittany Yates is going to move towards Greenville. I'll be honest with you, I don't think so. This is the strangest thing, but it seems to be confined to this part of Kentucky and northern Tennessee. And then you go down to Nashville, you've got more storms. But really, this is the big area to watch right here, where we're watching. Ever Nicole says Katie's going to get bad weather. It's thundering and raining here. You're not under a warning. However, there's a special weather statement on these storms. You can expect 50-mile-per-hour winds, which could blow down some tree limbs, but probably nothing too damaging.
Yeah. And right now, all the warnings down in Tennessee toward Nashville have dissipated. All those storms have weakened out, rained themselves out.
When Cruz is asking about Russellville, we're watching it. The closest one here is in southern Todd, but it's close to you. Unless there's some kind of a disturbance in that area to set this off, you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah. We may have to watch the outflow boundaries from these for any kind of development.
Yeah. Let's see. Grub Johnson said it went from light rain to no rain right now at Western State Hospital area. Okay. Brittany Yates, are these storms moving up from Nashville to the west? Seems like normally when we get storms, they move west-east or north to south. Yes, these are moving in a different direction. They're kind of strange. They're moving from, I guess, the Nashville area back up towards the northwest. Colton Cothran, is the weather looking bad in Benton, Kentucky? Jenny Rogers said, hi, David Mark. I'd rather be talking about snow. Oh, boy, wouldn't I? I would, too. Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. So, Benton, Kentucky, I think is fine. It's on the other side of the lakes. There is nothing in that area right now. We're going to keep an eye on them, but I think you're going to be fine there, Colton.
Yeah. Again, these storms are not moving real fast. You can see there, they kind of develop, they pop up, and they kind of die off just about where they developed or within just a few miles of where they developed.
Okay. Brian Jalomo says Clarksville exit 8 area, high winds, hail, heavy rain. Wind got extremely bad for about 2 minutes. I think I've got a camera down that way. Okay, here's exit 11 at Clarksville. What's going on there? Yes, they're getting a heavy storm there, it looks like. Traffic seems to be moving okay, but there is some heavy rain there. This is exit 11. Let's see if we've got some other ones up. Riverside Drive, maybe. Do we have it? No, it's still down. Okay, so that storm has now, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. See if it's showing up on the radar for portions of Robertson County. That's over to the west of Springfield, Tennessee. And we're looking at these cameras right here. A lot of the areas in Clarksville are getting nailed pretty good. I'm going to look at Tiny Town real fast. Let's see if Lakeside's getting anything. Lakeside's not getting much, but you've got a view of some thunderheads out there. Or is it? KDZ camera on 6880 and I-24 in Trigg County, not getting much.
Yeah. They were just updating that warning, I think. At 4:57, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles east of Clarksville, moving northwest at 20 miles an hour. Hazard is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, nickel-size hail, radar indicated.
Okay, here's exit 11. Boy, they're getting nailed there. Exit 11's pretty rough, so if you headed down that way, you might want to let that storm get on by a little bit. Chelsea Reese. Hey, Eli.
Again, Princeton, Kentucky, these seem to be kind of losing their oomph before they get up that way at the moment.
They sure trying. They're getting a few showers around, but not much. And Randy Crick's watching, Dylan Harper. So will this be anywhere near Russellville? I don't think so, but I don't know. It could maybe. As the sun begins to set, we'll start losing the heating of the day, so that may de-intensify the storms a little bit. But that's a general big thunderstorm right there from Clarksville back up to the north towards southern Todd. There's Cindy Shelton out from Ma's Kitchen. Hey, Cindy. Here's a radar back. I swear, that sure does look strong, getting ready to come back up towards Christian County. It's weird. Let's look at the Clarksville camera one more time. Oh, wow. Torrential rains in Clarksville now. Absolutely torrential. 78 degrees. You're going to probably not be able to see the drive right now. Okay, so Chris Johnson, hail, pea-sized hail in Fredonia, Tennessee, just south of Clarksville. Boy, look at the winds howling down there now. That's definitely a severe storm. You're muted, Mark, I think.
A little bit earlier when we were looking at that camera, or when I was looking at that camera, you could see the hail pinging off the that little ledge right there.
Yep. In fact, some of it still is. It looks like they're still getting a little bit of hail there. And they've dropped to 77 degrees. Okay, let me see if we can get anything off this camera here. That's a nice shot. Look at that. Looking at, I believe that's Lake Barkley off to the, just over the horizon there. They did have it zoomed in, so they've unzoomed it some. Nice shot. You know, back over here towards, that's a pretty good rain drifting back towards Lake Barkley. If you're inland between the lakes, you might want to take note of this storm. Mark, April Griggs, what caused the storm to go west instead of east? That's odd. Don't usually see that.
As I said, we're under there's a high pressure area to our north in the mid levels, and the circulation around it brings the stuff around in an odd direction. So we're basically like they are down in the Caribbean a lot. We're getting easterly winds instead of westerly winds. And that's what's causing the storms to move in an odd direction.
Got a little cell popping up just southwest of Russellville. Don't know if that will continue to develop, but just letting you take note of that. And some more storms continue to develop now near Hopkinsville again. So Stephanie Roke, are we thinking just storms and hail? We're thinking storms, hail, and possibly microburst, which you get those when a storm's starting to die and you think it's all over with. The cold air, it's up at the top of the storm, starts sinking, and it picks up speed as it comes down, and it can do some damage. Mike Slater, don't forget to subscribe, and I do appreciate anyone if you would subscribe to us. We don't like much getting to 10,000, so it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to us, but it does help us when we're doing stuff like this. Helps keep our technology up, and so I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to us. They may ask you for an email address, but if they do, it's okay. They won't be contacting you. It's just to make sure you're a real person. Again, severe thunderstorm warning is in effect from July 2nd today and at 5:15 p.m. for Cheatham, Montgomery, Robertson, Tennessee. So that's the area of the severe thunderstorm warning there in Tennessee. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Todd County. In France, I saw that they have us under level 1 for the next couple of days. Is that true for severe weather?
Yes, it is. That's just a marginal risk. That's they're not expecting huge outbreak of storms or anything. They're just expecting like this. We'll get max daytime heating. We'll get these afternoon storms that'll pop up with these little minor impulses moving through, and those will give us a shot at maybe something severe, but it's not going to be widespread.
A little cell we saw pop up southwest of Russell has now expanded into a small storm. It's just east of the Todd County border.
And again,
Okay.
it's going to be moving northwest, so it's going to move into Todd County rather than head for Russellville.
Let's see here. Andrew Cook says power back on in South Christian. Carl Allen, our rain gauge is showing 1 4/10 inch of rain from this last round out here on Memory Lane off Lafayette Road. Would not be surprised.
Yeah. I am seeing an outflow boundary from those earlier storms. You see it there over the lakes?
Yep, sure do. Man, that's a big
It's
outflow.
a strong outflow boundary.
It sure is. And what we're
So
talking
that'll have
about,
to be watched for storm development.
what we're talking about, if you look at the radar, you see this little line that's come off from the storms. Watch this as it comes off. There it is, going across the lakes right now. That's like a miniature cold front. What that is, that usually symbolizes that the storm is dying. It's also a time when you have to be careful of microburst. And also, sometimes storms will develop along that outflow boundary because it's acting like a little miniature cold front. So, can all of you see this? Watch as it moves out. There it is. Right there. Ashley Willett says, y'all mentioned something about the 9th not looking great. Is that still looking rough? I would say it is, because that is the big change from hot weather to milder weather. And you've got cooler air come up against heat like this. Yeah, it's kind of like fire and gasoline. Does that mean it will? No, not necessarily, because there's a lot of other things that affect that. But it's something we're going to keep an eye on. Good thing is that after it's through, man, the nice weather is going to be there.
It's coming this way, isn't it?
Huh?
It's coming this way?
Yeah, these are moving east to west.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of moving reverse direction.
Thank you, Chris. We have quite a few viewers on with us, so if you will, be sure and subscribe to the channel. I hate to keep asking, but it is important to the channel that you do that so that we can get more technology and keep this up and going for you. And if you look back towards Nashville, they've got something over them that's protecting them. They've got a big bubble over them. I don't know exactly what it is, but we've seen this before in our area. But Nashville's got it pretty good right now.
Yeah. Right now, again, there is no severe thunderstorms anywhere in the Nashville area anymore.
Nope.
Anywhere in our coverage area. There's a few small storms kicking up over by Waverly and stuff, but they're not severe yet. Just had a new warning pop up. Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Montgomery, northwestern Cheatham, and northwestern Robertson until 6 p.m. At 5:08, a severe thunderstorm was located near Guthrie, or 10 miles east of Clarksville, moving north at 5 miles an hour. Hazard is 60-mile-per-hour wind and quarter-size hail.
The National Weather Service in Nashville.
So it is expanding a little bit to the east, and it's getting ever so much closer to Logan County. Eric Brake, that storm has been stationed over Clarksville a long time, and yes, it has. We know they've already gotten about 1.5 inches of rain underneath it so far.
Yeah. I would be watching for street flooding, if nothing else, down that way. They haven't issued any warnings for it yet. Those would come out of the Nashville office if they do, but sometimes they get busy with the severe wind element of it, and they kind of forget about the possible flooding element of it when it's doing something like this.
There's Deidre Bashir, says, hello, guys. Hey, Deidre. Some of these storms will be coming into range of some of our other cameras here in a little bit. Well, there's an unusual phenomenon looking cloud. Brunskin Beggett, the only warning was a severe thunderstorm warning. That is correct. Should be able to see that come across Lakeside. It hasn't crossed them yet. It's still 95 degrees there. When it crosses them, they should have a temperature drop. It should be crossing them about any time. I'm talking about the outflow boundary. This phenomenon you see, well, you can't see it on there. Let me go. That you see right here. There it is. See it? All indications are the storms back here are weakening. This one, however, is still going strong and expanding even. And they may expand that severe thunderstorm warning a little bit further north, maybe to include Elkton. Trina Wilson, are we expecting tornadoes with this storm? No, we are not. The tornado threat's very low with this. What we are expecting is maybe microburst, which can be damaging in themselves. I bet that's for Todd County.
Yeah, a severe thunderstorm was located near Clarksville and is nearly stationary.
Which one?
Hazard 60 miles
Top
per
right
hour
there.
with gusts to quarter
The
size.
left side button right there.
This is a radar.
There we go.
Okay, they're just continuing to issue the severe thunderstorm warning for Clarksville. Clarksville,
Yeah.
you're catching it, and you don't. If you are in a flood-prone area, I would start looking for alternatives.
Yeah, because they have put out a flood advisory for that area now.
Let me go back here. Let's see if we can see anything on the. Okay, here is Peaches Mill in Providence in Clarksville. Exit 4. This is looking down on exit 4. And then here is, well, there is nothing. There's nothing on there. That camera is down. Let's see if that one is down too. Go back to exit 11. Not as bad as it was a little while ago. Man, they got several cameras down that way. Here's Peaches Mill and 101st. We have emergency units moving through that intersection. Traffic is tied up. Be prepared for some delays in this area as the storm rages. Evidently, there's some type of fire emergency situation going off to the right of this camera. Let's go down to Tiny Town. You see the skies are darkening and the winds are picking up. They are about to get hit with this storm as well, it looks like. Donald Cordell Jr., they right with that warning. It's a good old rocking and rolling summer storm here in Clarksville in the Sango area. Well, it just doesn't seem to be wanting to let up at all. Again, I'm going to look back at the Clarksville camera here. Let me get back off of this. Now I'm looking at the, let's go in here and look at the Clarksville downtown camera.
Ain't rained yet.
Man, they're getting pounded there. Heavy rain. Forecaster Matt's asking about Pembroke, Mark. Pembroke is right up here. They're in that area that's trying to hold everything back. Jason
Everything's running out of steam.
Helsley
Gets up in
says,
that area.
are you guys having issues with your Facebook feed? It keeps freezing on his end.
Doesn't seem to be.
I haven't had any reports of it. That's the first one I've seen. Donald Cordell, the winds are gusty at times with some nice big lightning. Kind of died down now as far as the wind goes.
Yeah. Trina Wilson, no, we are not expecting tornadoes with this storm.
Where did you see her at?
Facebook.
Okay, so I'm not seeing the Facebook feed in here now. Okay, now I see it. Okay, now I've got it. Don France, is there any storms coming to Hopkinsville or away and move, or to Hopkinsville or away and move around us again?
That's the WHOP.
I would not be surprised. But I don't see anything building to try to get back into Hopkinsville. It just doesn't have the energy. This is all confined now to about, really about Pembroke southeastward back to the west. We do have a new warning coming in. I would bet this is going to be it should be for Todd. No, this is back over towards Dover.
That's a big warned area
That
for
is
just
weird.
a little bit of a line of storms. And it's for southwestern Montgomery, for Stewart, Houston, and Humphreys counties until 6:15 p.m. Those are all in Middle Tennessee. At 5:17 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 8 miles southeast of Big Rock to near Aaron to 8 miles southwest of Hurricane Mills, moving north at 10. Hazard is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. Radar indicated.
That is really wild. Again.
Yeah.
Okay, National Weather Service got the report there on Fredonia, Tennessee. I'll pull out, see what's happening down this way. Nashville seems to be in the clear of the worst of this. I don't know what's going on there, but they've got a dome over them right now. Deidre Shear says, mine is scrolling fine. Thank you, Deidre. Dylan Harper, well, Russell, seeing this, was wanting to go shoot some fireworks off tonight. Mark?
Well, right now it's out of the Russellville area. Anything that happens to Russellville is going to happen over Russellville or just to the southeast of Russellville to move across. So, right now, I don't know what I need to look at. Hang on. See if it looks like anything's bubbling over that way. There's a few little clouds and showers over Russellville's way. I won't say that those wouldn't develop into anything, but right now there's nothing moving toward Russellville. It's still outside the bypass around it. Down by Cave Springs is the closest anything is to you at the moment.
Chris Johnson.
Again, that's probably going to be moving northwest.
Chris Johnson, but it's because you're watching on Facebook feed. We're simulcasting on Facebook from YouTube. So if you want to see those comments, probably go over to YouTube and you can watch the same thing. Actually, you can make more comments on here as well, but you're doing fine on Facebook, but that's why you can't see everyone else's comments. Heather Gibbs, are these coming to Hopkinsville? Should I leave my mobile home? I don't think I would leave my mobile home. Do you, Mark?
No, there's no real tornado threat. The chances of a microburst hitting you right where you're at are very small. Okay, I think they're just expanding the warning up into Todd County. Yep. So that warning that was in southern Todd now extends up to
Covers Elkton.
covers Elkton. Yeah.
Okay, Elkton, and also Fairview, Kentucky is right in the edge of that. Dress Shop, Wilhelmina. I don't know if I said that right or not. And this will go over to the Logan County line. And this storm right here, just southeast of Whippoorwill, is getting right strong. Russell, you may very well be getting into on the action here.
That's weird.
Okay, Chris, I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know. I can't figure out where it's coming
I
from.
know. That's
What was
weird.
that?
It almost sound like electricity.
We heard some clicking and can't figure out exactly where it's coming from. I heard it earlier today, but I don't know what it is.
There it goes again.
We have a really strong storm back towards Indian Mound now. It's not in the warned area, but that's a strong storm. I would imagine that is getting severe. Thank you, Eric, for telling Chris about that.
That was weird, but
It was. I don't know what it was.
Still ain't found it?
Nope. Not seeing any sparks or anything, but
Don't smell any smoke?
nope.
that's weird. I don't see that.
Don't smell anything either.
No.
That didn't sound good, though. I don't like the way it sounded at all. April Griggs, do we have a random animal? We do, but that's not it in there.
Is it the TV?
Huh?
Sounds like it's below the computer. Now it's doing it bad. That's so weird.
Anna James, I'm here. Sorry, we were at Walmart in Oak Grove and got drenched, to say the least. Got home and had to dry off and unload.
Sounds like it's right here.
Chelsea Reese says it's the fan. It could be the fan on the computer. I wonder.
I don't know. Every time we get close to it, it decides it.
Donald Cordell says Morse code from the National Weather Service. Just some dude, Webby, a raccoon playing with a maracas. Tycor says sounds like a loose fan. Yeah, I tend to agree with him. Anna George says my squirrels have enjoyed the water bowl I put out for them. That might be the fan in that computer, Mark.
It could also be coming from the speaker in the TV set because I muted it and now I'm not hearing it anymore. Being caused by the overhead fan.
Well, cut off the overhead fan and then turn the speaker back up. Let's make sure. Henry Baskerville in Elkton towards the North Todd School. It's a little darker than normal with thunder in the background. There is a severe thunderstorm warning on that area, Henry, with potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds. Go in here and look at this storm. About to encompass 68 between Russellville and Whippoorwill. Take just a moment here. I'm going to do a real quick commercial break. I'm not leaving anybody. Well, wait a minute. We'll see. Let's see what this warning is.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a flash flood warning for northern Montgomery County in Middle Tennessee until 8:30 p.m.
I can see that.
At 5:28 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms.
Courtney Hecker, it does not look like it is now. There's maybe some light rain.
Flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying
Silence
areas.
that warning, Patty.
Some locations that will experience flash flooding include
Hey,
Clarksville and
Hey, how are you?
Repeating, a
We were over
flash
in
flood
your
warning has
daughter's
been
neighborhood today doing a little cleaning. She said, "Hey, I'm sorry.
Rick,
I'm so sorry."
let me mute this quick.
Okay, you're welcome, Courtney. Clara Walker, is excessive heat warning going to move out sooner with these storms? I would say yes. We're hoping that that's going to be the beginning of the end of the excessive heat. Not to say it's not going to be another hot day tomorrow, but this is going to go a little ways to help cool the temperatures just a few degrees. Appreciate it. We've got quite a few viewers on. I hope that you will subscribe to the channel. It does help us so much if you can do that. I really appreciate the subscriptions. We need it. That little storm up by Whippoorwill and Russellville has now merged with this bigger storm, and you can see it doing it right there. Whippoorwill's probably getting some moderate rain right now. Just some dude, Webby, says the feel like temperature dropped over 30 degrees in Clarksville. I can imagine that. The storm is getting pretty intense just south of Elkton. Okay, so as I was fixing to do, we're going to look at this. We'll keep it going. We're not going anywhere. Stay with us, but I got to pay some bills. And so I want to talk about my first...
Case file 749.
Oh, good grief. Hold
Impossible.
on. Now, let's do this the proper way. I want to talk about... well, thank you, Jackie. She says, hit the like button, everybody. I do appreciate it. We do have a ceiling fan, but that's not the problem. We turned it off. April Griggs, yes, it looks like it's going to merge into that severe storm. We will see what happens. Remember the direction these are moving in, though. They're kind of moving away from Russellville itself. So I want to talk about the first sponsor, and that's Mid-South Storm Shelters. You guys better get a storm shelter. I'm telling you why. They've got the discount code, promo code Weather and Wisdom. Call them and use that code, and you'll get $500. I'm sorry, $200 off. Boy, I was about to really cost them some money. $200 off by mentioning Weather and Wisdom promo code, and not only that, you'll get in line to be able to get one. They're not that expensive, to be honest with you. I'm really surprised. So give them a call and get a quote. But anyway, here we go.
It's a stormy night, and the power just went out. Then you hear it, the distant wail of the tornado siren. Tornadic storms are bearing down. The nearest public shelter is miles away, and they don't allow pets. You should have a Mid-South storm shelter right at your doorstep. Sturdy and roomy, in below-ground or above-ground styles. Both comfortably fit 10 people and deliver true peace of mind when severe weather threatens. When the weather turns severe, have no fear with the Mid-South Storm Shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. Mention the promo code Weather and Wisdom for $200 off. Financing is available.
Yeah, you will be surprised at their pricing. So seriously, give them a call. What's up, Mark?
No, that's dust on the camera.
Okay, everything good? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the TV itself.
Okay. Well,
I turned it off and it quit.
okay, so that took care of it. So
Yeah.
we'll have to look at it again tomorrow. Yeah, Mike Slater says, remember, in those storm shelters, 10 people or 20 very close friends.
Yeah.
He's right. But I tell you what, they are quality. They're concrete. That means something. And you do need to give them a call. If you're interested in a storm shelter, this is the time to do it because they are right now installing and don't get put too far behind on that list. So you want to give them a call. The next one I want to talk about is Ma's Kitchen, one of my favorite places to eat. And, well, here we go.
Kids laughing with their mamas, daddy's home from base. Memories on the table in that warm Kentucky place. Oh, Ma's Kitchen, home-style heaven on a plate. Golden sausage biscuits, the best in all the state. Crispy catfish Fridays, meatloaf mighty fine. One bite and you're hooked, boys, till the end of time.
And boy, that's the truth. I am hooked on that place. You can still see the radar over there as go between the sponsors here. And you can see there's really nothing yet changed, although that storm south of Elton has intensified dramatically, Mark. So we'll see what happens with it. Next one I want to talk about is a good friend, Brad Wagner, over at All Clean. Watch this.
Okay.
Disasters can strike unexpectedly, leaving behind a trail of destruction. The aftermath can be overwhelming. Our professional disaster cleanup team is dedicated to restoring your property to its pre-loss condition, including cabinets, flooring, and more. We specialize in removing water, mold, smoke, and debris, providing a safe and healthy environment for you and your family. We work with all insurance carriers, so you don't have to. All Clean, putting your world back together.
Great people to know. And Mike Slater says, might want to mention Moz has changed the hours. Fridays are closing at 4 now. That may be just for the holiday, Mike. I don't think that's permanent, but I'll check with her. Catfish Friday. Oh, my goodness. I know where I would like to grab some fish at tomorrow. We shall see. Okay. Next I want to talk about is my good friend, Mark Thompson, over at Quality Privacy Fencing. Watch this. True wealth is about more than money. Oops, wrong one.
Every year, storms tear wooden fences apart. Picket snapped, post pulled, privacy gone in minutes. If your fence wasn't built right, the next storm won't ask. It'll take it. Quality Privacy Fencing builds real wooden fences. Heavy average 6-inch diameter posts, tight pickets, and braces that stand up when storms hit. Don't wait for the next storm to win. Quality Privacy Fencing. Fences done right. Call 270-484-3058 for a fence that endures where others fail.
And okay, so Mike Slater's okay. So Cindy Shelton is there to clear it up. It is 4 on Fridays. So there we go. Phoenix Fire said I went to the Moz this morning for breakfast, and George, I got lunch from there today. The meatloaf was delicious. You guys are killing me. Okay, Cheyenne Wilson. What about Hopkinsville? Right now, Hopkinsville is quiet. We will see what happens with the storm that's headed towards us. So anyway, Mike Slater says hello to Cindy. All right, next I want to talk about is my good friend Jacob Mudd over at Mudd Wealth there in Auburn, Kentucky. And he's probably watching and said, boy, I'm glad I'm not over that way. Although there's a storm that has just developed between Auburn and Russellville. We'll see what happens with that. Watch this.
True wealth is about more than money. It's about faithfully managing all we have been given. Mud Wealth stands committed as stewards guided by Christian faith, dedicated to strengthening lives through wise financial counsel and unwavering integrity. Whether we are managing your retirement funds or developing your step-by-step financial plan to help steer you toward financial security, we have the tools it takes to deliver peace of mind. Mud Wealth can help you on a product-only basis, providing competitive fixed interest annuity rates, life insurance quotes, mutual fund management, and investment advisory services. Give Jacob Mudd a call at 270-743-2810.
Securities offered through the Tavener Company, member of FINRA, SPIC, and MSRB. Investment advisory and financial planning services offered through Tavco Financial Advisory, INC, a registered investment advisor. Customer care line and management for both firms can be reached at 800-543-6922.
Okay. Let's see here. Lots of rain and wind and thunder in Elkton from Anita McLean and Bill Millanders. It's time for a storm in Hopkinsville. Maybe. It's inching our way, but the storm is much stronger there. As you can see on the radar there between me and Mark, there towards Elkton. Here is one more from our good friend, the Freemans, over at Freeman's Towing.
Stuck off-road? Freeman's Towing LLC gets you out fast with expert off-road recovery, and we handle damage-free towing, wrecker service, rollback, jump starts, fuel delivery, full roadside assistance 24 hours a day and more. Local and long-distance auto transport, exotic and classic car transport, equipment transport, police rotation, repos, plus we buy junk vehicles. Request Freeman's Towing LLC anytime. The storm is tough, but we're tougher. Call 270-484-7300.
Okay. Thank you, Eric, for answering that question. The one up, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get one more commercial in. You know what? I think that's all we'll do for the time being. Let's get back on the weather. And there it is. Colton, it's not looking bad in Benton. He says he's camping at Lakeside Campground and Marina. All right. Well, they'll take care of you over there, Colton. I guarantee you that. Yeah, that's the weirdest looking group of storms I've ever seen, Mark. Look at that. The way it's just kind of it's elongating. It's weird. You are muted.
Said, yeah, we still need to watch it. Something has picked up a line that's become part of that runs from those storms there, the storm by Elkton and down into Tennessee. So you see how they're moving upward. So it might start moving in our direction a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was beginning to see. Row HV5IZ. My son works at Novellus in Guthrie and said when he got off around 5:15, it was hailing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see where it would. I'm going to have to find me a cough drop. I feel a coughing fit coming on. Oh, goodness. Gotta mute.
Okay. Anyway, you see the storms, it's formed a line there from Elkton and down by Waverly and on down that direction. Those seem to be picking up a little bit more intensity in the storms down that way as well. So we'll have to wait and see just a little bit because, again, these aren't moving real fast, maybe 10, 15 miles an hour. So they could entirely rain themselves out before they move very far. Downtown Clarksville is temporarily without any warning on top of it. Dave, you forgot to unmute.
For the first time in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, me. I was talking about Clarksville being out from under a warning.
Yep.
But something's still holding us back over here. Now, watch this outflow boundary. Watch something try to form along it right there.
Yeah. Again, sometimes you have to be a little patient when you're watching this. You see it setting up, but it takes its time developing into anything.
Okay, Anna Gibbs says the wind is getting stronger in Elkton. And I can see, look at how that has really exploded up there. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, that seems to be the main storm that's actually doing much at the moment. But again, we got this line forming that's down in Tennessee, Cumberland City area right now. Just passing Waverly. Moving off to the northwest, unusual direction in all these again. Hopkinsville, we're waiting to see. I mean, these are headed our general direction right now. Okay, new warning. It's down in Tennessee. I think to replace the old one of the old warnings.
At 5:45 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Guthrie, or 10 miles east of Clarksville, moving north at 5 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Clarksville, Adams, and Cedar Hill.
Renee Weisinger, not bad. Slight wind in Allensville. Allensville is over in southern Todd, somewhere. Yeah, eastern southern, well, kind of mid Todd. Anyway, Katie's temperature is 72 degrees, so they've had a temperature drop. Cheyenne Wilson, we don't know yet. We're watching it. It looks like it's wanting to build back towards Hopkinsville, but it's not doing it yet. We will see.
Overall, we're well past peak heating of the day, so we're expecting these to slowly start to run out of energy here.
They're pretty strong
So-
there just to the southeast of Elkton.
Yeah.
Very strong.
So again, when they do, you may continue to hear, rumbles of thunder and periods of rain and stuff through the evening hours. But hopefully once they run out of a little bit of energy, they'll go below severe criteria. But again, we could see this general setup again tomorrow, but the forecasted area coverage for tomorrow is 20% instead of 40%. So we may not see as many of them.
Bill Millender says wind is getting rough on Pembroke Road. Carson's still getting hammered some down there. Let me go back to their camera. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, still getting rain.
Sure are.
Starting to see a little bit of sunshine come back in the corner there.
72 degrees. I'm going to look at the Waverly camera down here. Nothing heavy, a little rain. Here's Stewart County catching some wind as that storm gets close to them. This is vicinity of Dover. Okay, Katie Mosley, tree just fell on a line and a pole in our yard in Lafayette. Pretty sure it's a communication line, not power. Probably need to get that in, I guess.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. There's nothing around Lafayette at the moment.
Is there winds there, Katie, going on? Okay, we're going to have to watch up here around Madisonville. Another cluster of storms trying to develop. There they are.
Yeah.
She said wind got rough for a minute, but now it's calmer. And Carl Allen says winds are really picking up on Memory Lane near Herndon. So that's also in the same area, and they're without power. So yeah, I'd say that's probably what did it.
Okay.
Skyla Shelton, any chance of tornadoes so far? No. The tornado threat is very low. However, we did just have a flood advisory. Let's see. Yeah, flood advisory issued for northern Todd County. In fact, probably all of Todd County, if I had to guess, the way it looks. This will be until 9 p.m. Daysville's getting a lot of rain, lightning, and wind. Okay, Shine Wilson says the winds are picking up here, David. Let's see. She's in Hopkinsville. So apparently there's some winds going on in behind these storms, Mark. I don't know. You don't know how much you miss a camera till you don't have it. I sure do wish we had that skyline camera.
Yeah. Because I'm not really seeing any winds over that area of around 20 miles an hour. There's no storm anywhere nearby them.
And George says it's really windy on Nelson Drive. Cody Kent is asking about Nortonville. There's a pretty good storm just to the north of Nortonville, and it just blew up. It's not really going anywhere. It's just expanding, so it probably would overcome you. Brittany Overton says very windy on the bypass area, so they've got winds out there somewhere.
I'm looking out here, and we've got breezy conditions. Not severe winds, I don't think, but more than just a gentle breeze.
Yeah, excuse me. It don't have to be severe winds to knock down some trees. Just enough for the gnats. Just enough to keep the trees are in moist soil. Now our storm's trying to fire along that outflow boundary now. In fact, I would imagine that's what's causing those to fire up around Madisonville and Arlington.
Very well could be, and that could be where our winds are coming from. We may finally getting some gusty winds out of the storms, even though they're at a little bit of a distance.
Yeah, Cindy Shelton says she just looked at her camera at the restaurant and wind is picking up. Still got a lot of folks on with us. We're glad to have you. Sierra Parker says very windy off Nelson Drive. I do request you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please subscribe to it. It does help us and makes YouTube happier with us. And we're trying to get to a benchmark. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and we don't like a whole lot.
Yeah, I am seeing on the radar just general winds through the area, maybe 29, 30 miles an hour. So
that'd be a little more likely than outflow winds, probably.
Yeah.
All right, Andrea Cook says the power's back on in Herndon. Hopefully it stays on. I hope so too, Andrea.
Yeah. Seeing a storm form up just to the southwest of Aurora. That's probably along that old outflow boundary.
Yep. It's been the strangest batch of severe weather, I think. Well, we've had some strange stuff here lately.
Yeah.
Here's a new special weather statement over here with these storms forming up. Got anything else we can look at over here? I'm going to look at the Paris camera. It's looking at mostly clear skies, so the storm's coming from in behind it, I guess. If I go to Huntingdon, You can see the towering cumulus. Sharp outline means that's a fairly strong updraft. Brittany Yates says it's thunder and lightning in Weir area and winds are picking up also. Paula Rogers says it feels amazing Lafayette, but still no power.
I just looked, they're still reporting 858 without power in Christian County.
Jason Helsley says, I thought you guys had access to the cameras on top of JSMC. I didn't think about that. I guess that camera's still operating up there. But it's still camera though, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it's not an active video camera, I don't think. At least it doesn't transmit out.
Okay,
still.
Paula Rogers, wind is howling in Lafayette, and Holly Mason says peace as hell in Earlington. That would be in this storm up here to the north.
Yep.
Yeah, it's storms right there on them. Peace as hell right there. And while we're watching this, I'm going to go back and do some more commercials if you guys don't mind. I need to get them in if you don't care, so I can help pay for some of this stuff.
True wealth is about
Oh, come on here. We got to stop here. Now everything's good. Okay. I got to remember to push my buttons. Anyway, if you're getting out there and you get any roof damage from these high winds, take a look at this.
At Michael Vance Contracting and Roofing, we ensure quality from the foundation up. Nobody sees the critical layers: ice and water shield, underlayment, complete tear-off, and thorough inspection before anything is covered. Specializing in residential and commercial roofing, remodeling, siding, custom builds, and gutters. Builder founded with unwavering integrity, superior quality, exceptional value, and uncompromising safety. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured. GAF and HBAH certified. 30 years of trusted experience. What lies beneath truly matters. Michael Vance Contracting and Roofing. Call 270-707-0641.
That's 270-707-ROOF. Got it memorized. Brittany Yates says we're on 853 right there below where it says we're. Crazy. Nothing shows on us, but it's definitely raining and lightning and stuff here. There could be a little bit of lag in the radar return. Andrew Cook, I see lightning, hearing thunder, and windy blowing in Herndon. Okay, let me go to my next one here. Michael Vance also has Lakeside Campground Marina, and that's where it is. Well, let's wait a minute. Let's see what this is.
Western Humphreys counties. At 6:02 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Big Rock to near Erin to near New Jacksonville, moving north at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour with gusts and nickel-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Waverly, Camden, Dover, Erin, New Jacksonville, Tennessee Ridge, Big Rock, Cumberland City, land between the lakes, Houston County Airport, and Indian Mound. Repeating, Hudson.
Okay, we also also have a special weather statement on these storms up around Madisonville for 50-mile-an-hour wind gust and half-inch hail. So if you're up in this area around Madisonville, which also includes Nortonville, Charleston, Arlington, you're going to get nailed pretty good up there. So just keep an eye on it. So far, it's below severe criteria, but it's right there. Andrew Cook says the wind blows, then calm, then blows hard again. We're going to continue to watch this. Let me get another commercial or two in real quick. Next one here comes from Lakeside Campground Marina that Michael Vance owns. Let's see, Colton, I think, is out there camping, he said. Colton Cothran, and here it is.
Is the hustle and bustle of everyday life getting to you? Now you can enjoy quiet, relaxing days filled with the natural beauty of Kentucky Lake and its abundance of activities. You can find that and more at Lakeside Campground Marina, located on Jonathan Creek on the western shore of Kentucky Lake. They offer a selection of lakefront campground sites and a full-service marina and many other amenities. If you love boating, fishing, or just getting away from it all, visit us online at www.visitlakesidecampground.com.
Okay, and let's see here. I'm still watching the storms. I want to make sure everything's okay there, and it is. So the next thing I want to talk about is one of our favorite places to eat. Mark, you ate there with me yesterday. Watch this, Roy's Barbecue.
Seeking refuge from the storm?
There it is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roy's Barbecue.
Legendary barbecue, juicy Angus burgers, chicken, and more.
And Roy's Barbecue. When you're the best, you're ahead of the rest. And Roy's Barbecue.
And boy, they've got it going on over there. We're fixing to do some other things with them. I think it's going to be really good. So look for good things coming from Roy's Barbecue here soon. Let's see here. Keith Thomas is looking like Lakeside Campground may get a storm, and he might be right. Let me see if I got other people here to run the commercial on. Let's see here. Good grief, just a second here. Take a look at Finish Line Car Wash.
Mud with commitment issues. Pollen. Don't get me started. The storm's not in the sky. It's on your paint. Great news. Graphene is here at every Finish Line Car Wash. Better water repellency. Better scratch resistance. Longer paint life. Maximum shine and protection. Join our unlimited wash club for the price of a single wash. And Hopkinsville, for a limited time only. Graphene is half price. $15, normally $30. Finish Line Car Wash. Clean, fast, fun. Let the storm hit the sky, not your shine.
And I'm going to have to go back through there here before long.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. And one more. Let's talk about Psychor. Woohoo.
Case file 749. Impossible. 3 agencies walked away. Psychor opens what others won't. Full stack development, unlimited hosting, domains, free SSL, websites that get attention, and applications that work. Psychor. Open the impossible.
And you've got a computer job you need done, call Psychor. Get a quote at Psychor.com. And be sure to include your contact information. Somebody will get back with you pretty quick. And hopefully you'll be taken care of. Okay, let's see here. Oops, wait a minute. I better go back and undo that before I end up playing it again by accident. And I believe that's all I've got to play. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, there's something working. Something's going on here. What if the storm to the south combines those storms to the north, Then we got another whole situation all over again.
Yep. Though now it looks like the one over in Todd County is finally losing some energy.
Yes, and it does not look like the one in Russell's going to go severe at this point. It's a little strong, though, right on Russell itself.
The ones up north by Madisonville, they bear some watching, but right now I'm not sure what they're doing.
Yeah, they're kind of just sitting there right now.
But the major strength and energy looks like is going into these storms over on the south side of Dover.
Yes, it does. In fact, they're about to encompass those cameras. I've got to be able to, I want to try to see one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Waverly here again. It's not having much luck out of that camera. Let's try.
Look at the Dover camera.
Whoa. There it is. Was that the thunder I heard? Oh, that was outside here, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I said, you can even hear the thunder through this camera. Yeah, it's putting down pretty good. They're getting hammered now. I see the winds are picking up. And there's the lightning. The storm's just getting to it. So this is okay. Severe thunderstorm warning just issued. Includes Paris, Camden, Tennessee, and Buchanan, Big Sandy, Puryear, all the way up to the Kentucky line. New severe thunderstorm warning just issued.
Yeah.
Since this is Tennessee, kind of surprised we're not hearing it go off up there.
Yeah, give it a minute. It is for Benton County, northeastern Carroll County, and Henry County till 7 p.m. At 6:10 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Camden, moving northwest at 15 miles an hour. Hazard is 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail, radar indicated. Again, that will include the city of Paris.
Here's another camera. Wow, look at the sheets of rain coming in.
Mm-hmm. That encompasses.
Or is that steam?
It's a little bit of both, I think.
Wow, that's a nice shot.
Yeah.
This is Short County looking up towards Lake Barkley, which would be over the tree line there. You can't see it right now. And this severe storm is just now getting to them. As you can see, the wind's really picking up. Knocking the camera around a little bit.
Yeah. And new warning in Tennessee includes Paris, Camden, Paris Landing State Park, Rutan, Vale, Springvale, Puryear, Big Sandy, Henry, Mansfield, Old Springville, Sunnyside, Whitlock, Porter Court, Conyersville, Pine Hill, Ephesus, Hagler, Whitlock, Porter Court, okay, Ridge, Manleyville, and Foundry Hill. So a lot of the small communities down through there.
This camera's actually looking at Kentucky Lake, which would be right off over there, off the tree line. The winds are really whooping it up. If you look up here, you can see the edge of the anvil.
Mm-hmm.
National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Stewart County in Middle Tennessee, Houston County in Middle Tennessee, Northwestern Humphreys County in Middle Tennessee, until 7:15 p.m. At 6:10 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Tennessee Ridge, or 10 miles west of Erin, moving west at 15 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60.
Let's look back up here at Russell. Dylan Harper said, "I don't mean to keep asking, but how's Russell looking as far as the rest? Are we gonna get anything?" I don't think you're gonna get much. Everything seems to be shifting off to the east, and this storm doesn't appear to be strengthening any. The strength appears to be back here towards the southern end of the lakes, and up here in the Madisonville area, with lots of lightning.
Yeah, you have to remember those storms are now starting to run over where earlier storms were just at. So we're still under the outflow of those earlier storms, which makes it cooler and a little bit more stable.
Jilson, let's see. Cindy Shelton says thunder is loud in Crofton. It's probably from these storms just to the north.
Dave, I think I'm going to stand the Christian County spotters down.
Okay, yeah, we don't have any warnings in the city right now. Yeah, the storms all around Elkton and Russell appear to be weakening out. And you can see they're diminishing fairly rapidly. Pretty soon you shouldn't have anything in that area. So if you got cooling rains, be thankful. And by far the stuff is shifting down here into the Dover area and also up here around Arlington and Madisonville. I do want to remind you, if we go off and there's still storms in the area, you don't have to be afraid, because we do have a 24/7 channel. I'll show you what it looks like right there. And you can see all the warnings and everything and where all the precip is going on. We're going to probably need to zoom that radar in. It's a little too wide. The Psycor, if you're on, if you can zoom that radar in just a tad, it's a little too wide. But anyway, gives you all the forecast and everything, and you see some of the live cameras, and there's the forecast on the lower crawl, and then the one that's got warnings and stuff is right there on the one just underneath the radar. Cheryl Young, hi Dave, we're coming home from a cruise and should be in Nashville around 7:38. Can you give me some idea as to what we'll be driving into? Thanks. I think you're going to be good. We're going to be losing the heating of the day fairly soon. It's already 6:15. It's getting a little bit darker outside. So, and it looks like most of the storms in Nashville all the way up to Clarksville and into Hopkinsville are starting to diminish. So I think you'll be doing pretty good. Okay, let me get it back off here. We'll go back to a regular radar. Eric Brake just posted the link to the 24/7, the live 24/7 channel. And you'll find other informative stuff on there. We're going to be making some changes to it. Like always, we're changing everything around here. You're welcome, Cheryl. And for those of you who have been keeping up with the Eagles, Mark, tell them what's become of the two eaglets. In fact, let me see if I've got a video on. I'm going to go over to them real quick. I'll be back here in just a minute. Here we go. There's one of them. It's come back to its nest.
Yeah. Ooh, take a look at the lakeside camera real quick.
Okay. Hold on.
Look at the wind whipping up the white caps.
Yes, sir. $88 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, with the Eagles, what happened is, as everybody know, last week or earlier this week, Sandy took a misstep when Luna jumped over them to get back in the main part of the nest from the perch there, and Sandy fell out. She managed to snag a branch and hold on for a bit and then fall down and get in some other branches and then fall on down. She made it to the ground unhurt. She was down on the rocks there for a while. Her parents still fed her down there, and she has been getting her wings under her and getting airborne again, so she's back up to the nest. Luna fledged on her own, got up on the perch there and took off. I think we were able to see that or give you the video of that in one of the earlier broadcasts. But she took off and flew over to another tree, and they hung out there for a little bit, and they fed her there, and then she flew back and forth. So she's getting pretty air mobile at the moment. And I'm not sure which one we're looking at right here.
I don't know either. This one is it's one of the chicks. I'm not sure which one, but they flew back to the nest. They go back and they get fed by mama.
Yeah. So that might be Sandy hanging out back there after making her way back up there. But anyway, both eaglets are doing fine. They're both unhurt, healthy, and thriving. Jackie and Shadow are very good parents.
They sure were. Okay, thanks, Psycor. We may tweak it a little bit more when we see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're getting the gusty winds there at Lakeside that happened just like we got some after the outflow boundary cleared over us. They're probably getting those gusty winds from that. But everybody else around the area is reporting temperatures in the upper 70s, except for Todd County, which is reporting 70 even. And I don't know why Lakeside is still reporting 88, but I guess they were still in the heat a little bit more, and they do have the sun back out on them.
Buffy Wade says getting stormy here in Perrier, Tennessee. Tone Francis
There's still a pretty strong cell over to the northwest corner of Russellville too.
Yeah, that appear to be doing too much. It should dissipate. We'll see. I'm looking at Perrier, Tennessee right now. I've seen it, but I can't remember where it was. Your boy 17 says hi. Don't, France, it is safe driving home. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. As you can see, most everything has dissipated. Some showers here to the south of Hopkinsville, but I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Eric, break.
Here is about halfway between Paris and Murray.
Okay.
On the Tennessee side.
Eric Brake, are you watching the chat, please? Thank you, Eric.
At 6:25 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles west of Tennessee Ridge, or 10 miles southeast of Paris Landing State Park, moving west at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour with gusts and nickel-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dover, Erin, Tennessee Ridge, Big Rock, land between the lakes, and Houston County Airport. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7:15 p.m. for the following county: Stewart, Tennessee.
I don't know. Let's monitor that, Eric, and see. Not yet. Yeah, let's just keep an eye on it and see what's going on. I think it's okay, but let's see. Mark, I'm gonna pull out on the camera. On the radar just a little bit. I'm gonna be away from the station for just a moment, okay?
All right. continue to watch kind of a split develop and everything. There's still a few storms. They're still developing up around the Madisonville area. There is a chance for some small hail in those, gusty winds. But right now, they don't have any kind of warning on them. Again, the major focus right now is those storms down in Tennessee. They're past Dover area right now in Tennessee Ridge. They're mostly over near Puryear, and then down to Big Sandy, and on down to Camden. And again, the threats on these have been mostly radar indicated. We haven't heard too much in the way of really high winds or any major damage to it. There's been a few tree limbs knocked down here and there, and a few people without power temporarily. But that was a little bit earlier, so we're watching to see what happens with them. They continue with a special weather statement on those storms up by Madisonville. And it's calling for 50 mile per hour wind gusts possible and half-inch hail. And that's through 6:45 p.m. It says at 6:02, Doppler radar was tracking a cluster of strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Graham to near Olney. Movement was west at 10 miles an hour. So again, these storms aren't moving real fast. They're moving pretty slow. If one gets across you, it's probably going to rain heavy for a fair amount of time, for probably a good half hour or more, depending on how the storm moves and if it weakens.